Millions of Americans use global positioning systems to help guide their way from place to place every day. Well, now for the first time in the U.S., a major company is using GPS technology to sell a product. Brian Troxell is the Director of Engineering at Airo Wireless, which designed the GPS Coke can. Brian, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, the use of GPS technology in a marketing scheme is essentially what makes this so unusual. We think of GPS being used by the military, by spies, as we try to find our way to another location, but now it's being used to sell Coca-Cola?
Yes, indeed. All of those applications used by the military in the past, but since they've opened it up to the civilian use, we're starting to see a lot more of the fun applications, like on golf courses. If you've ever played a golf course that has the little screen on the golf cart that says, you know, how far away from the green you are, that uses GPS. There are scavenger hunts that rely on GPS and GPS locators for the teams to win and find a prize. And this is really an additional fun usage of GPS.
Basically, in packs of Coca-Cola, the company is selling one can. There'll be about 120 of them about
120
available.
cans.
And these things are going to be used if people find these cans and they get some kind of a winning prize.
Right, they win a prize.
So how does this exactly work? You had to fit this technology into a can.
Right. Well, my company produces a full line of GPS-enabled cell phones already. So the real challenge for us was to take what we already had and to make it fit into the size of a Coke can and make it look like a regular 12-ounce can.
Okay, so show us how this works.
Well, what you do if you're one of the big prize winners, you see the red button on the front there. You'd press the red button, and then activates the cell phone inside the can, and it opens up a call to the search team.
Okay.
And after you've agreed to play this high-tech game of hide and seek, what they'll do is they'll set up a window about 48 hours to a week after you call in. And what you do is you just go about your normal business. You carry the can with you. You leave it on. You go to the beach, go to the ballpark, whatever. And at some point throughout that window, the search team will activate the GPS in the can remotely, and they will unexpectedly show up and give you your prize.
And they can track you via computer, basically,
yes,
or this image, which basically can pinpoint your location. And in fact, we have someone now who we can pinpoint, and he is Al Roker in our plaza. Al, why don't you give us a try on this?
Kind of hard to find me, huh?
Push that silly button. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, little lights are on now.
You got to hold it down, Al.
Oh, got to hold it down.
Yeah, this is like one of those newfangled cameras, Al. So basically,
it's gonna blow.
So now basically that is becoming that turns it into a cell phone.
Turns it into a cell phone. Yes.
So if he holds that to his ear,
yes, it
he
should
can say
connect.
hi.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me now, Al?
Okay, it's ringing now.
So we're redirecting that call here into our studios, but normally this would go.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
We can hear you, Al.
Oh my gosh, so what happens then?
Can you hear me now?
So,
Can you hear me now?
You know, okay, Al, we got it. Thank you. But you know, it seems to me, Brian, if you can fit this technology into a can, there has to be some broader, more important uses for it. For example, for people who may be sick. I mean, what's ahead? What's the future of this technology?
One of our partners not only has combined a GPS receiver and a cell phone, but they've also thrown in a heart monitor. So heart patients, if they're having heart murmurs, they can just hold up the device to their chest, and it'll automatically contact their doctor. It'll let them know where they are. It'll send along their EKG readings. GPS is great if you want to keep tabs on elderly family members in case they wander off. Young children, teenagers.
So how soon will that kind of technology be available? I mean, so many people have heart problems. To be able to be found when you can't speak into the telephone and you need help right away.
Exactly.
I mean, that's vital. That could save your life.
Exactly. And as we're finding, as GPS becomes more accepted and more popular, you're going to see a lot more of these different ways of thinking of GPS as opposed to just the normal hiking, you know, military uses. There's going to be a lot more exciting things coming down the line.
Yes. All right, Brian.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. We don't want to hear you anymore. He's in the Partridge Family bus. Thank you, Brian,
Thank you very much,
this morning. Coming up next, golfing great Johnny Miller calls the shots. But first, we can hear you today on NBC. Hi, Johnny.
Hi there.
Can you hear me now?